Good morning, and welcome to Charles Travels. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to share another day of fascinating stories and journeys with you. As we embark on this new episode, I invite you to join me on a scenic route through the heartland of America. Today, we're going to explore the final leg of RAGBRAI 2025, a beloved annual bike ride that takes participants across the picturesque landscapes of Iowa. Specifically, we'll be focusing on Day 7 of the journey, which spans from Owelwine to Guttenberg. As we traverse this 61.6-mile route, we'll discover the charming pass-through towns of Aurora, Stanley, Lamont, Dundee, and Garber, before arriving at the meeting town of Edgewood. As we pedal along, imagine the gentle rustle of the wind through the cornfields, the warm sunshine casting a golden glow over the rolling hills, and the sound of laughter and conversation among fellow riders. The theme of today's ride is Tire Dip and RAGBRAI Jersey Day, adding an extra layer of excitement to the already electric atmosphere. As we approach Guttenberg, the Mississippi River comes into view, offering breathtaking scenery and a sense of accomplishment for the riders who have worked hard to reach this point. With 2,340 feet of climb, the final day is not without its challenges, but the stunning vistas and camaraderie among the participants make it an unforgettable experience. As someone who has spent years exploring the back roads and small towns of America, I can attest to the unique charm of Guttenberg. The locals' pronunciation of the town's name, with a short U as in gut, is a quirky detail that adds to the town's character. And as riders gather for the traditional Mississippi River tire dip, they'll be surrounded by the warmth and hospitality of the community. As we take a break from our journey, I wanted to thank you for joining me on this leg of Charles Travels. We've only just begun to explore the fascinating stories and people that make America so rich and diverse. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm glad you're joining me again as we continue our journey across America. As we move from the scenic bike trails of Iowa to the southern border, our story takes a more serious turn. Today, we're going to explore the complex issue of immigration and the latest developments in the region. President Trump has authorized the military to take control of federal land along the southern border, stretching across 3 states, to assist in implementing his crackdown on immigration. This move has significant implications for the communities and ecosystems in the area. As I've traveled through these regions, I've seen firsthand the beauty and diversity of the landscapes, as well as the resilience and determination of the people who live and work here. From the desert vistas of Arizona to the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, this region is home to a rich cultural heritage and a unique blend of traditions. However, the issue of immigration has long been a contentious one, with debates raging over border security, economic impact, and humanitarian concerns. As we navigate these complex issues, it's essential to remember the human stories behind the headlines, the families seeking a better life, the workers contributing to our economy, and the communities affected by the changing landscape. As I've spoken with people on both sides of the border, I've heard stories of hope and struggle, of perseverance and fear. There are those who see the border as a symbol of freedom and opportunity, while others view it as a barrier to safety and security. As we grapple with these conflicting perspectives, it's crucial to approach the issue with empathy and understanding. As we take a closer look at the impact of this military authorization, we'll explore the potential consequences for the environment, local economies, and the people living in these areas. We'll also examine the historical context of immigration in America, from the early settlers to the present day, and consider the ways in which our country has been shaped by the diverse experiences of its people. As we pause to reflect on this complex issue, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. The story of America is one of constant evolution, and it's essential to approach these challenges with a nuanced understanding of the complexities involved. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, dear listeners. As we wrap up today's journey across the United States, I want to take a moment to reflect on the stories that have caught our attention. From the sun-kissed landscapes of the American West to the bustling streets of our nation's capital, we've explored it all. But as we close out this episode, I'd like to share with you two tales that have left me pondering the state of our country. You see, folks, I've been following the news about President Trump's recent physical examination, and I must say, it's raised some interesting questions. The president, known for his confidence and vigor, has undergone a thorough checkup, and the results are, well, let's just say they're a mixed bag. On one hand, it's reassuring to know that our leader is in good shape, with a good heart and a very good soul, as he puts it. But on the other hand, I couldn't help but wonder about the significance of including a cognitive exam in his physical. Is this a sign of things to come? Will we see more emphasis on mental acuity in our leaders? And then, there's the curious case of the White House portrait swap. It appears that President Trump has replaced the official portrait of former President Barack Obama with a painting of himself surviving an assassination attempt. Now, I'm not one to shy away from controversy, but this move does seem unusual. Traditionally, presidents wait until they leave office before having their portraits hung in the White House. So, what's behind this decision? Is it a gesture of confidence, or perhaps a nod to his own legacy? As I ponder these questions, I'm reminded of the complexities and contradictions that make our country so fascinating. We're a nation of strong opinions, diverse perspectives, and ever-changing landscapes. And as travelers, we must be prepared to navigate these twists and turns with empathy, curiosity, and an open mind. So, dear listeners, as we conclude today's journey, I invite you to join me in reflecting on the stories that have shaped our understanding of America. From the majestic natural wonders to the intricate web of politics and culture, there's always more to discover, more to explore, and more to learn. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on traveling.